Hey everybody, it's Saturday morning, time for this edition of the Hokey video blog. Starting out somewhat cloudy this morning and somewhat chillier than what we've seen the past few mornings. And unfortunately, as we go throughout the next 24 hours, the chill is going to be on the increase as we see temperatures by Sunday morning probably down into the 30s. Alright, let's start out with today's Hokey weather fact first. This one's a little morbid, and I apologize for that, but I found it interesting just because it's something you generally don't think about. It has to do with drafts. I'm sticking my neck out on this one. That's maybe a shocker to many of you. But drafts are often the tallest objects in an area. Usually they're found out in the African savanna, very low trees, bushes, shrubs out there. So they're often not only the tallest animals, but when they can find a tree, they use those trees to not only eat, but to hide under them during storms, which, by the way, in the African savanna, they do get quite a few storms from time to time that contain some very vivid cloud-to-ground lightning. A tree is not the best place to be, neither is being the tallest object in an area when it comes to lightning, so it makes it very difficult for drafts to avoid lightning. Now, there haven't been too terribly many cases of drafts being struck by lightning. There have been a few famous cases if you look online, but humans actually pose a greater threat to drafts than lightning does. So, the more you know, right? You can tell your friends you learned that one this morning on today's Hokey weather fact. Hey, we're starting out, of course, in the 40s across the area this morning. Starting to see some sun peeking through the clouds. Beautiful shot there from our newest camera in Metro Louisville on the bottom right-hand side of your screen there. That's a Jewish hospital, the Heart and Lung Center, the Red Heart and Lung Center there. A few peaks of sunshine in Shepherdsville, Paoli at this point. Basically, the farther south you go, the more clouds you're going to run into. The farther north, the fewer clouds, and we're certainly seeing that play out on the infrared satellite view. Thicker clouds toward Lebanon, Campbellsville. Starting to see some thinning, though, elsewhere. That's going to be the trend today. We're going to see these mostly sunny skies through the afternoon. This area of high pressure out near the O'Neill, Nebraska area. Yeah, that's an obscure town I just thought of just then. It's going to be moving in toward us today. That'll clear out the clouds, and especially by tonight, bring us those cooler temperatures. It's like a big bubble of cool air moving right in over the lower Ohio Valley. The cold front from yesterday well off to our south and east. It's what produced that line of heavy rain that was here for just a second yesterday afternoon. You may have missed it if you blinked. I mean, it was that fast as the cold front moved on through. So for today, we'll see the mostly sunny skies, and at least those temperatures will be trying to warm up somewhat from where we are this morning. You'll see the lower 40s up to our north. Futurecast has us just about completely clear, though, as we move throughout probably 10 o'clock this morning and thereafter. And you'll see temperatures by 4:30 a.m. on our Sunday morning in the 30s. There's our 38-degree temperature there for an overnight low listed on Futurecast. And I think some folks, especially toward Bedford, Seymour, North Vernon, even on far south as Paoli, could get into the lower 30s. Get ready for it. But by this afternoon, we'll be up to 63 degrees with those clouds clearing out there, especially by the afternoon hours. So you'll need a light jacket today, but not the big one like you will need by late tonight. If you're heading out to college football games, Louisville's in town. You can watch that game against Syracuse right here on Wave 3 News starting at 12. And, of course, kickoff is at 12:30, 62 by 2 o'clock here in the city. UK's out of town in Athens at Georgia there. They'll be getting a pretty good storm chance probably later on in the game. Storms may stay just north of the stadium during that time frame. Let's hope that's the case. Of course, lightning and big stadiums are not a good mix. Iowa's going to be at IU in Bloomington, and Florida Atlantic will be visiting Bowling Green today. Temperatures during those games expected to be a little bit on the chilly side as well. The 7-day breakdown has us on Sunday at 58 degrees. They're having that big family fun activity day at Churchill Downs if you're heading out there. Sunny skies expected. Make sure you put the kids on a nice little windbreaker at the very least, maybe a hoodie. Some sort of fleece would be a good thing to take out there if you're heading out to Churchill Downs. Monday, we've got this very small shower chance that's going to graze our southeastern counties. It's not going to be a big deal, folks. I think here in Louisville we'll stay pretty dry from this. By Wednesday, that is Veterans Day, and we should see temperatures recovering back into the 70s. Now, this will be in advance of a front that'll come through late Wednesday night into early Thursday. Timing on the storms there is a little tenuous at this point because we're so far out, but I think we can at least pinpoint it toward the late Wednesday, early Thursday time frame there. You'll see highs at 72 at 5 o'clock on Veterans Day with only a very small shower chance, kind of a front-running shower chance during the day. But this system coming in late Wednesday night is pinpointed to spread at least the chance for some stronger storms in this area. If I can draw on the map here, well, it won't let me draw on the map here, but basically just west of I-65 and pretty much south of I-70 is where the chance for some stronger storms may be. I think because of the timing of this system, we will see maybe a gust of wind or two, some lightning, kind of like what we saw early Friday morning. Very similar scenario here, but we'll watch the timing because there are gusty winds above our heads that we'll have to watch, and if we get any instability, that can mix some of those down to the surface and cause a few reports of wind damage. That's something that we certainly want to avoid, but something we want to give you the earliest alert on. That is our goal here, to give you the earliest alert on something, even if the certainty is not 100% on it yet. The earliest alert outlook, speaking of earliest alerts, shows us the 50s and the 60s. I've got a rain chance for the 16th. That's been bouncing around the GFS and the Euro model, kind of squabbling on timing and really the existence of that, especially on the Euro model as we go through time. So I've stuck it in there for now. Past that system, 50s for the 17th through the 19th. I'm pretty confident on that at this time. Then we got a rain chance, another one coming through around the 20th. This is going to be one of those patterns where we bounce around between the 50s, the 60s, maybe even another day in the 70s here. And that's all thanks to kind of this pattern that we usually see pretty much toward the middle of fall, where we're in kind of a sense of transition here. So we could, and the word here is could, see a few snowflakes before this month is out. If you saw Brian Good's blog yesterday, he's got more in-depth detail on that. Not a whole lot has changed. Day-to-day changes on super long-range forecasts like that don't change too much, even though the data does. The thinking really, doesn't go too crazy on that. But we could get some pretty deep digging troughs and storm systems here closer to Thanksgiving. That is not something you want to take to the bank verbatim, but something that just keep in the back of your mind. Because I think we have about another week before we're able to kind of ascertain with more certainty how that may play out. All right, that's my soapbox for now. I'll step off of it. I'll let you get on with your weekend here. Thanks so much for joining me here for this morning's Hokey video blog. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more of the same here and an update on those rain chances as we head toward our early Thursday. That's it for now. Meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Have a great Saturday.